The two little Pollock sisters, Joanna and Jacqueline, were 11 and 6 years old respectively when they were hit and killed by a car on March 5, 1957. It was later discovered that the driver, a local woman who was under the influence of a variety of drugs, had intentionally hit the girls after being forcibly separated from her own children. The case then made headlines across Britain, with the woman eventually being taken to a psychiatric hospital. The Pollocks were obviously devastated and took refuge in the hope of having children again, which indeed happened on October 4, 1958, when the twins Gillian and Jennifer were born. The birth of the twins was a great joy that in part mitigated the pain of losing their daughters so tragically. However, their parents began to notice some strange things. Jennifer showed strange marks on her body exactly in the areas where her sister Jacqueline was fatally injured by the car that hit her. She also had a strange white line on her forehead, identical to the scar that Jacqueline had gotten after falling off her bike. Gillian instead had a birthmark on her leg identical to Joanna's. This is just the first mystery that no one could explain. After a couple of years, as soon as the twins began to speak, one of the most inexplicable phenomena ever seen occurred. The little sisters identified all the old toys of their dead sisters by giving dolls and stuffed animals the names that their old owners gave them. They even went as far as describing the old swing used by the sisters and their school. In addition to this, when they began to write, Jennifer showed some difficulty in holding the pencil in her hands, while her sister held it between thumb and forefinger as Joanna did before her death. Jennifer then kept her fist closed like her younger sister. Of course, the parents never mention the tragedy that happened to their deceased sisters, on the contrary. They chose never to mention the fact that they had two other daughters before them, but the twins remembered more and more details of an apparent previous life, even starting to have hysterical fits when they passed by a parked car. It all becomes even more incredible if you consider that, following some tests, it emerges that the two twins are homozygous, that is, perfectly identical. This obviously only makes it even more mysterious to explain the presence of some physical characteristics present on one twin, and not on the other. As the years passed, the two twins lost the memories of the alleged previous life to live a life as normal children. According to the parents, the memories disappeared at 11 years old, the age at which Joanna's life was cut short. If science has not been able to explain the reason for these phenomena, for the parents there is no doubt, it was a case of reincarnation.